they don't make them as good as they used to. So if you've been following the channel for very long, you know I sold my 2024 TYM 4815. Kind of been looking for another tractor. Kind of want a bush hog tractor, another diesel, so I can just leave my bush hog on it. When I need to mow, I'll mow. And ended up with this thing, and I've got 3 different stories to tell you about it, but it's really not going to be my bush hog tractor unless I go and buy a new bush hog. Bush hog 6 foot, medium duty. It's a little too heavy for this tractor. But this is a 1953 Ford Jubilee, and I bought it about 4 weeks ago when you're watching this. Actually, if you go back and watch the potato video, I used this tractor to lay out my rows, and it was in the video. That's the day I got it. I mean, I just got it home and put it in service. So I haven't used it too much since then, just kind of drive around, but I got stories about that. So let's look around. It's all original. It's all completely original, I think. I think this is even the original paint. Now, according to the guy I bought it from, he was the second owner. He bought it from the original owner, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you ever find out, but it's got the original 6-volt generator. That is a Chinese carburetor. You can buy those things now for like $20-something for this model tractor on Amazon. And I think that's one of them. I've had a heck of a time adjusting it. Still got the oil breather. I mean, it's in its work clothes. I ain't done nothing to it. Got pretty good tires. They're Firestone tires. We'll start up here in a minute. You can see it's got good pressure. It's got like 60 psi of oil pressure. The proof meter's gone. I'm gonna buy a new one. The old pan seat. Got the original Ford fenders. Ford. The lift works on it. The lift works really good. It came with a one of those lift arms that go in the back, you know, I can't think what they're called. But I used to have one back in the day, and since I got my front end loader, I don't have it anymore. But it came with it, and it's down in the field. Lift works. I've greased it, and it works really good. When I first got it, it didn't. It was a little stiff. It's got a 6-volt battery. 4-speed. I might have a little fuel leak there, but that's about it for the tour. I think it's got the original bumper. It's even got these little original threaded thumb nuts in them. Of course, you know I have a 54, and they don't have none of that. I got them with tie wraps. And the one thing that kind of threw me off about this was the badge. This is not a Jubilee badge. This is a 54 badge. And I asked the guy about it. I said, "You sure this ain't a 54?" And he said he swore it was a 53. And when I got home, of course, I checked the serial number, and it's a late 53 model. It's one of the last months, I believe, or second to the last month made. And so I don't know if they ran out of badges and they put that on there or whatever. So, but anyway, but the reason I ended up with this tractor is, of course, you know I was wanting one with a gear. And I seen this one on Facebook Marketplace, and he wanted $5,000 for it. It wasn't worth that. It's painted up, it might not be worth that. I mean, if it's original paint off the showroom, it might not be worth that. Then he knocked it down to $1,800, and I messaged him about it. I was gonna go look at it, and he worked out of town. He said he'd be back in the next week. I said okay. So during that week, I said, well, I don't want to fool with it. I don't think it'd do my bush hog, so I'd have to buy a new bush hog. I just don't want to know. If he don't message me back, I won't go look at it. I won't message him. So, but as soon as he got back in town, he messaged me. So I said, well, tell my son, let's load up and we'll go look at it. We drove over there. Now I live in Charleston. This will be another part of a different story, part of it. He lives in Calhoun, which is, they're 2 little small towns. I live on the south side of Charleston. He lived on the north side of Calhoun. So we went up there and looked at it, and I drove it around, sputtered and missed, and that's another story. And I said, man, I just didn't want, changed my mind, don't want to fool with it, don't want something to work on. I said, I don't know, man, what are you thinking on it? He said, now I went over at 1800, he's asking 1800, he said, I'll take $1,000 for it, cash. I thought, well, I mean, it runs, the lift works, got good tires, I can't pass that deal up. So I hauled around there, and I thought, I don't know. I still didn't know for sure. I wanted to know as my son was with me. He said he'll pay half of it. He wanted half of it. So he gave 500. So half of this is his, and I put 500. And so now we own a 1953 Ford Jubilee, and I'm actually pretty tickled about it. We're gonna put it to the test tomorrow, and you'll probably see that in the next video. So we came to terms on it and everything. I said, yeah, I'll give you $1,000 for it. I said, I gotta go home and get some gas. I didn't even take no money with me, didn't do nothing. I said, I gotta go home and get some cash. I'll get my trailer, I'll be back here in 20 minutes. So we come home, I get the cash, I go to hook my trailer up, and I have some tin on there for my equipment shed I'm gonna build. And underneath that tin was a beehive. Bees come in there, swarmed in there, made a beehive. So there's no way I could have got that out. And I didn't want to lose the swarm, which I ended up losing anyway. So I didn't know what to do. So I got my money, went back over there, and in this post he said he would deliver. So I got to thinking, well, he might have a trailer and he'll bring it to us, you know, for $50 or whatever. So we go over there, I pay him, I say, hey, I can't get my trailer, there's a bee swarm. Made a nest in there, and I want to get it out because we're beekeepers and I want to catch that swarm. And I ain't got time to do it right now. And I mean, he had to leave at 3, or he had something to do at 3. So he said, well, I can't get my trailer and it don't work and all this. I said, well, I didn't know what to do. I thought about, well, I could call some a record company, but that's going to cost me a couple hundred. It's not that far, 12 miles. I said, I'll just drive it home. So here we go. We loaded up. Head down the road, know it's behind me in the truck, and I take off driving this thing. Didn't check the gas, didn't do anything, we just take off. So I'm a proud owner of a Ford Jubilee. We're going down the road. And so like I said, he lived on the north side of Calhoun, I live on the south side of Charleston. It's 2 little small towns, you can look them up, very small. Not that big a deal, right? So we go through, no problems. I go through Calhoun, go turn left, come across the bridge, the river. And I mean, I hadn't been on it very long, and this is my story. So I turn onto the highway, and it's 35 miles an hour, almost all the way to where I turn off my road. I mean, through Calhoun and through Charleston, and it's a double speed trap. You gotta watch it. They sit out there and they just write tickets left and right. So, I mean, I hadn't been on there probably 200 yards, and this guy from North Carolina come up beside me, right beside me. Now this thing was going, Noah said 9 miles an hour, and which is pretty fast on this old tractor. But he pulled up beside me and looked at me, blew the horn, and shot me a bird, went on around me. I thought, my goodness, what's the big deal? So I don't know, it just upset me. So came on home, I mean, nothing happened besides that. Came on home, and when I turned onto my road, I looked behind me, and there's cars were lined up out of sight. But turned on my road, come here, pulled in the driveway, no problems at all. So that's my 2 big stories of buying it, getting it home. We had to drive it probably about 12 miles. I think it took us an hour and a half to get home, to go 12 miles. So it wasn't that bad. I was afraid that the red light was because the battery is dead, and we was going up the road, and I tried to put it in high gear. And it popped the clutch out, and it killed it. So we had to hook to it. Luckily I had a rope in the truck, we pulled it off. But it starts now. We'll start up here in a second. So my next thing, so it popped and sputtered, and part of it's that old cheap Chinese carburetor. But I got to looking at the distributor cap right here, and he had cylinder 1. The firing order is 1, 2, 4, 3, and he had it in rotation is this way, He had one here, 2, 4, 3, so that was backwards. But it was 180 degrees out. And so I think that was probably most of the problem. I still need to, can't find my timing light. I need to put my timing light on it and make sure I got it in time. What I did, I just popped the number 1 spark plug out, put my thumb over it, cranked, bumped it over till I found pretty close to the compression, lined it all up, and then I've kind of adjusted it as I go. And it's pretty close now. And the carburetor, I finally kind of got it adjusted. Like I said, it's a Chinese. This little screw right here, the main jet adjustment, backs out. Needs to be out just a hair, but if I back it out any more than that, it's loose and it rattles and it goes up and down and just comes in and out of adjustments. So let's start this thing up and show you how it goes. And I'm not 100% sure the generator's charging either, so we'll find out eventually. I put a charge on that battery. It has not started every time. It has started every time since. So another thing about this thing is I've never have choked it to get it started. It's my other one you had to choke no matter what, but I don't know. So anyway, let's turn the key on and I'll turn around we can see. Key out of gear. Good. I know this one don't work. I'm not sure this one's working. This is the voltage right the amperage. So let's take it for a spin. Let's see. About a second. So that's a 10-cent tour, and I think it's going to be a good one for us. I still got my 54, and of course I replaced the back freeze plug in it the other day, and now the water pump's leaking. So still got some work on it, and I'm going to actually use that. I'm not going to worry about the lift. Just going to use it to hook my trailer too, especially my mum wagon. I can pull it down and leave it, and I have to hook my side by side, unhook and hook and unhook and unhook every day. I just leave that down and we'll just pull it down there. And plus it'll look cooler too. So 54's gonna stay, and I don't know what we'll do with this one yet. We haven't decided. We might paint it and keep it. We might paint it and sell it. We might keep it like it is and work it. I don't know. If we're gonna work it this summer, we'll decide what we're gonna do this fall. So anyway, can't think of anything else. Like I said, I've told all my stories, and I think we're gonna be pretty happy with it. We'll see. All right, appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you down here in the next video.